yeah. Ball in my court, high step is a layup. My life like a movie, just keep moving, it's a trailer. Chefing in my kitchen, got me trying to get my cake up. I thank God for all this coming to me, not straight up. Ball in my court, high step is a layup.
I never meant to give you mushrooms, girl. I never meant to bring you to my world. And now you sitting in the corner crying, and it's my fault. Your favorite rapper, man.
That's not my favorite rapper.
It's your favorite rapper, bro.
See, that's the thing. People,
According to the internet,
motherfuckers like, yo, he Eminem fan. You white, you black dude. Fuck with white people. That's the thing about black people. That's my internet troll voice.
it's not true what they're saying.
In the exact statement I made, I said I'm not even an Eminem fan. All I said is a fact. The man has the most record sales in hip hop. Probably because he's white.
You know what? I have to correct myself. They were going at me in the comments, and they were right. I called him Pop. That was incorrect.
Yeah, they were going.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. I kind of like. I had to go back. I was actually listening to some Eminem music. Like, he could really spit. I always knew that, obviously, but he could spit. Like,
So I think it was a strategy with Dr. Dre. I think they made like a very, very poppy type song. You know what I mean? Like,
so I was right a little bit. You're saying.
Well,
see, even when I'm wrong, I'm right.
Yeah,
It's crazy, bro.
So they always make one
really
poppy
him.
song on the album. You know what I mean?
One?
Yeah, he's usually like one. Like, I'm Slim Shady, I'm the real Shady, whatever, you know, that shit. Like, they'd always make a song like that. But then the rest of the album, dude is really spitting.
Yeah.
Like, really, he could really
I mean, that's what he
rap,
came
bro.
from.
Yeah,
really spitting.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's really spitting now.
But
man.
he was really spitting, and they kind of put him in some of that pop mold at times.
Yeah, he's white. Yeah. Like, dog, pop is like, the thing about pop, it's not an actual genre. It's just popular music. So, like, you could be anything. Like, a lot of hip hop is pop now because, you know, rap has gone to the mainstream. So, it's just like, it's not a specific sound. Like, real pop, if you consider pop a sound, it'd be like Backstreet Boys and fucking like Britney Spears and shit like that. That's like a pop sound. But he was just popular.
How has the business changed in terms of music videos since in your filmmaker side of things, you've shot a lot of them?
Motherfuckers is cheap. That's how it's changed. Motherfuckers ain't got no money. That's how it's really changed. No, it's just like it sucks, bro. It really sucks. Like, I love film. Like, I love the medium of film. But the problem with the internet is that, like, everybody has a little bit of information about everything.
Ooh,
So,
jack of all trades?
Yeah. So everybody has edited a video on Instagram or on some app on their phone. So they because of that, they have 1% knowledge about editing. So they want to tell you how to do it. Everybody has taken video of themselves, so they know their perfect Instagram friendly angles and stuff like that. So they tell you, well, I want to do this like heavy narrative video where I'm like acting and doing all this stuff, but you can only shoot it from this particular angle that makes me look the most appealing on Instagram, you know? So it's like a lot of that shit. And then on top of it, they want all this. They're going to tell you everything that you want to do, that they want you to do. And then they have zero budget as well, too.
Fuck with me, you know I got it. See, I had to put a whole bar in there, you know what I mean? That's what basically people are doing. Like, if you need it, I got it.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not an expert.
Yeah, I don't like it. You know, I'm still.
Of course you don't like it if they're being cheap.
Of course, but I'm like, I like artists to be artists, man. Like, when I pay somebody to do something artistic, like, I want to let them do their thing. You know what I mean? I want to pay somebody that I trust and be like, yo, I trust you to do this, and your artistic expertise is, you know, what we're gonna lend ourselves, you know, towards. So, but now everybody wants to tell you everything. They're like, yo, people hit me up like, yo, I love your work, man. I love this video. I love your eye, your creativity. And then they go, I want you to do this video for me.
For $5.50.
And they'll go, have you seen this person's video? I want that exact same video, but I want it in the Bronx. I'm like, okay. Like, that's creative. And they'll be like, yo, I want you to do this. I want you to do this.
Why don't they get that? Why don't they
get?
get, not to like take the business away from you, why don't they get that guy to do it?
I say that to them all the fucking time, bro. I go, fam, why don't you ask that dude? If you like this video, ask this dude to recreate it. Don't ask me to compromise my creativity and try to copy some other video that from somebody else. But that's what it is now. Everybody's just like, yo, have you seen this video? This J. Cole video. I want to do the exact same thing, but my budget is is $1,500, and I'm like, dog, that video was $50,000, bro. You want me to create this exact same thing on a $1,500 budget? Like, dog, they have crowds of people. Like, yo, you know, people that do videos, like especially hip hop, they always want to do party videos with mad people, but they got no friends.
That hip hop shit.
You ain't got no friends, bro. So this is what always happens.
You know,
right?
you see on the cast things like we're doing a hip hop video. Pull up.
Bro, I'm telling you, every time you see a video with Drake at a party with a bunch of people, or you see a J. Cole video with mad people, every single one of them people doesn't know him. Every single one of those people is a paid model or actor. You know what I mean?
I feel like the Bobby Shmurda shit was real.
Oh, that shit was 100% real. Yeah, that's
threw his hat in the air, never came back down.
Gang though. That's his
See,
gang.
so it's not always fake.
Nah, but you seen the video though. That video was shot on an iPhone, left-handed, offhand.
That video went hard.
That video was awful. That video was awful, bro. That video was the catalyst that fucked up the game, bro.
That's a part of hip hop history.
Dog. I'm telling you, yo, I work with hip hop artists. Around that time, I was working with hip hop artists, right? And I shoot with the red camera, like $25,000 camera.
Flex on him, Ash.
I got
Flex on him.
$30,000 lenses.
Okay.
I'm shooting on some high quality shit. My shit look good, right? Motherfuckers wanted this shit to look like the Bobby Shmurda video.
So you should have took your iPhone out.
They were, yo, dog. It became a style to have your shit look like ass
because of Bobby Shmurda.
Because of Bobby Shmurda, dog. They thought it was gutter. They're like, yo, your shit look too, your shit look too fake. It's like, what? They're like, it looked too good, like it looks too polished, Like, I want that shaky camera shit, bro. I want, like, that's what they were looking for. So
it's the spirit of the times, though. The zeitgeist. You got to respect it. Nothing ever stays the same, my guy.
You're right. The constant. We're living in an ephemeral world, so it's always changing.
Look at that. Ephemeral. What was that word you just used? I'm here learning.
Oh yeah. Just
ephemeral.
Ephemeral. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you said people are cheap with the videos. One person who's not cheap is Steve Ballmer. He's bringing everybody in. He brought your boy James Harden in. You had a thing that I don't know if it went as crazy as your Jay-Z or Julius Randle post, but I think it went, oh no, that was me. I was like, I'm not a system player. I'm a system player. That was actually me. Check in with Russell Westbrook. He decided to take that 6-man role. I felt like they had a big meeting, and let's make it seem like it's your decision, Russ. He's getting into altercations with fans again. Oh, man, my guy Russ. Why it had to be him?
Yeah, I mean, I fuck with Russ a little bit. I've never been a fan of him, but, like, I like his spirit. I think Russ is in a very tough situation now at the end of his career where you were kind of like a bully, tough guy for a long time, and now that's played against you, where you need a job, where you need stability, right? And he's overly trying to be nice now. And the thing about Russ is, like, he likes the ball in his hand. He needs the ball in his hand.
4 guys need the ball in their hand.
Bro, and like, I mean, he volunteered to go on the bench. They won 2 games in that stretch.
Keep on talking. I'm going to see what they did the last few games.
Yeah.
I know they obviously lost that one game versus the Nuggets where Jokic wasn't playing, and obviously Jamal Murray is out.
Bro, they won a couple games, but he's playing awful. And, like, Russ is the type of dude that, like, for him to be effective, he got to score. Like, he's got to score because when he scores, he plays better defense. He passes more. He plays more energetic. He plays more free. He gets more rebounds. He gets more assists. He attacks more. He gets to the line more. He just plays way better. Since he's been to the bench, he's shooting 26%, 22 from 3.
Damn, you brought your stats out here off the dome, kid.
Dog, it's tough, bro. And I feel bad for him because they're always going to blame him, and they should blame James Harden. That motherfucker is the culprit. But honestly...
Why, though? I don't know. Like, people I talk to around the league, they feel like this is all going to come down on James, and it won't really be his fault. Like, he'll be the fault guy. That's what I'm hearing.
That James is going to be the fall guy?
Yeah.
Well, that's an easy fall guy. But like... I mean, Russ is playing awful. Then they're gonna say Russ is an issue. Like Russ is the one they're gonna get rid of if they get rid of any one of them. This is okay. Beyond all that, this is my biggest issue with fucking that entire team.
Go ahead. Keep
They
talking.
have the worst
Preach.
fucking culture ever because their leader says nothing, does
Bro,
nothing,
doesn't
doesn't establish anything. They don't have any sort of identity whatsoever, bro. Like, dog, I'm telling you, yo, you got 4 bona fide first ballot Hall of Famers on the team, right? Still, I mean, they're not in their prime, but they're in their prime window, right? They're not in their peak prime, but they're in their prime window.
PG-13 is probably the closest to his prime right now, right?
Okay, so prime peak versus prime, like LeBron is still in his prime window. He hasn't fallen off. Like, you know, his peak was probably Cleveland, second Cleveland.
I feel like they need Toronto Kawhi for them to win a championship with this roster.
Here's the thing. Beyond all that, right? Let me get back to
That's
my point.
important, bro.
I agree. Yeah, beyond all that, let me get back to my point. It doesn't even matter how good Kawhi plays. He has no fucking identity. The reason that Toronto No.
I disagree.
Yeah, okay. The reason that Toronto was good with him is because they already had an identity before he got there. If you don't have an identity for your team, you have no bearings. You know what I mean? Like he's their leader and he doesn't really create a culture. So this is my biggest issue, right? They fucking have 4 bona fide Hall of Famers, right? Mm-hmm. They play against a depleted fucking Denver team, right? A depleted fucking Denver team with no Jokic, no Jamal Murray, no Michael Porter Jr., right? And then they play against 2 ex-fucking Clippers. They play against DeAndre Jordan, and they play against what's his name? Bobby Shmurda. What's his name?
Reggie
Jackson. They play against those motherfuckers. Reggie Jackson goes for 33 on them. DeAndre Jordan, who hasn't played in fucking 3 seasons,
he looked good.
goes for 21 on them.
He looked good,
bro. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Having no fucking pride, bro. Like I think beyond the Clippers, that's my biggest issue with the NBA. I feel like people just don't play with an edge anymore. You know what I mean? You have fewer players that play with the legit edge.
And Edwards plays with that edge.
Dudes come back. Like, you remember when a dude would have a revenge game against his old team and go off, and it'd be a rivalry game. Dog, motherfuckers don't do that shit anymore. They go against their old teams. They fucking don't play some games. They're like, yo, I'm load managing this game, or I'm gonna take the quarter off. Like, that's my biggest fucking issue with the league now these days. You got few players that really take that shit personal anymore. You know?
But they're not loyal to these teams because they don't stay on the teams for long.
Regardless, if you don't stay on the team for long, dog, don't you want to go against? Don't you want to fucking when you see your ex-girlfriend on the street? Don't you want to fucking stun on her with your new chick? Like, come on, bro. Like, dog, we all got that type of pride. You want to go to your next job, you want to make twice as much money as your last job and talk to all your ex-employees and be like, motherfucker, like, oh, I'm killing it over here.
I own the company. Or I own the company.
Or doing this. Like, dog, everybody has that type of pride, bro.
Yeah.
Like, dog, dudes go back to their old teams and they don't fucking do shit. How do you let Reggie Jackson and DeAndre Jordan cook you and then you fucking lose to them with no and they're the defending champs. Defending fucking champs. Every team should fucking go at yo, you're the defending champs.
Why are you so mad, though?
Dog, because this shit be
why are you so mad, my guy?
Because I'm the type of person, I'll be taking that shit personal on the court, right? And it's like, I'm watching these dudes, and dudes are just like going through the motions. Yo, I'm telling you, NBA players are getting paid way more money than they've ever been paid in the history of the game, and motherfuckers are treating this shit like a warehouse job, bro. Like, dog, they treating it like they don't even give a fuck, bro. So it's like, it's tough to watch sometimes. As talented as everybody is, the passion, we've lost so much of that shit. Playoffs, it gets a little bit better. I'll give them that. But like, I feel like dudes just don't take it seriously anymore, bro. Dog, Anthony Davis, bro. Every fucking day people talk shit about you. How do you not want to prove everyone fucking wrong? And then every time you get on the court, you're playing like ass. you get hurt every dog. You can't get hurt every game, bro. You can't, dog. You a fucking 6'10", 265-pound athlete, one of the greatest athletes. You can't be hurt every time you touch the
It's
ground.
not his fault he's getting hurt.
Dog, it is his fault, bro. It has to be.
Do you remember
his
the
fault.
one where he was in midair and like his foot touched the dude's leg and he
Dog,
twisted his
he's
ankle?
hurt every game, dog. Every single game, even when he don't get hurt, he's on the floor, bro. I've never seen a one thing about Giannis and him are the same size. If not, he's bigger than Giannis, bro. You don't see Giannis on the floor like that. This nigga's always on his fucking knees, bro. He's always on the floor. Get up, bro. I be watching the games, watching the Lakers game. I be screaming at the TV. Get up, bro. Get up.
Relax, bro. Relax.
Dog.
What I'm saying is, though, I see what you're saying, but it does matter what level Kawhi could get to for this team to win. Because if he could get to that Toronto's Raptors Kawhi level, they have a chance if James Harden focuses a little bit more on catch and shoot. They have a chance if Russell Westbrook could bring energy off the bench. Daniel Tice was a good pickup. Zubac is a good center. Terrence Mann does fit well in the starting lineup. But it really all comes down to Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard has to be at an MVP level in the playoffs for the Clippers to win.
Hell fucking no. Hell no. Like, dog, like, here's the thing, man. The NBA is just too talented. Like you're talking about it from a technical standpoint, just basketball, right? If that was all that mattered, you'd be absolutely right. But that is not that all that matters. Like, it's camaraderie. It's team cohesiveness. It's like spirit gathering. Like, that shit plays a fucking huge part, bro. Like, dog, people want to follow their leader and have their leader take them to the promised land. Kawhi is not a fucking person you follow. He's not a leader. He doesn't set by example. He doesn't set by speaking as well, too. Like, dog, it's just, like,
Jason Kidd was a great player that didn't speak much.
but he's set by example. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to speak. You can set by example. Dog, he don't play.
Did you see
He
his
don't fucking play, fam.
Did you see Jason Kidd's comments recently?
Of course, I saw Jason Kidd's comments recently.
He's like, talk positive. Come on, man. You gotta be positive.
Yo, he's right, bro.
Bro,
like, he just wants a pat on the back. That's all he does. He wants a pat on the back.
You know what was funny though? After all of that, like I read the book Human Nature by Robert Greene. He gave him some poisonous praise right after that whole thing. He was still negative after Timmy Man. He's like, this year you're giving us a reason not to. Like, he's basically saying last year was trash.
Yeah. Jason Kidd's an interesting person, man. He's got a unique personality because
He does.
When he talks, he seems like a really nice guy. Like, he's like, like, he's always like very soft spoken.
He's layered.
He's layered. But like, he's got an edge on the court.
Yeah.
And we all know he had an edge off the court with his marital issues. I don't want to be Malika Andrews.
We already did the Josh Giddey episode.
But, like, it's just, he's very, very, mercurial,
Mercurial.
But yeah, I think I understand what he's saying. They were talking a lot of shit about what they were going through last year.
They'll still
out.
read it, man. If it's
What?
positive, they'll still read it.
Yo, this is what it comes down to, bro. Like, these motherfuckers have been doing this too long, bro. Like, you've been press conferencing for your whole career. These motherfuckers know it's all about clickbait. They're only going to talk about negative stuff. No one wants to talk about positive stuff.
Wait,
Nobody
so were
wants
they
to hear that shit.
Were they clickbaiting before clickbaiting was a thing?
Of course they were.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how they don't. Nobody wants to hear no positive shit. They always want to hear negative shit. That is more entertaining. That is the world that we live in. So we talk shit. I talk shit.
That's why when you went crazy on Julius Randle, they loved it.
Exactly. That is the world we live in, man. Like,
You know what's interesting? I wanted to talk to you about this. Like, do you feel like the press conference and especially like the locker room talks are a little bit outdated? Like, because you're going to get some good sound bites once in a while, but it's like going to just be the media trained answers, especially with all the podcasts that are out now. We're hearing great conversation in long form.
Yeah, I don't know. I always thought NBA personalities were boring as fuck. I was like, oh, maybe just like God gave these dudes the most talented physical ability that they don't have, any sort of personality to come with it.
Well, that sounds crazy though.
That's what I've just because I'm like I would hear all these press conferences. People were always like,
That's
Yeah,
like when
like,
they tried to say Jaylen Brown was too smart for basketball. That was wild. That was
No, I'm not saying that they aren't smart.
That was the worst take I've ever heard.
Yeah. I'm not saying that they aren't smart. I'm saying that like they're just not interesting.
No, I know. I
personalities,
was
you know
just
what I mean?
saying, like,
But clearly, like often, I feel like the best players aren't the most interesting personalities. Where like these role players, middle of the pack players, you see them on their podcast. They're funny. They're interesting. Like, Jeff Teague. Nobody was interviewing Jeff Teague. Nobody was interviewing.
Well, he did
Pat
make an
Beverly.
All-Star game,
You know what I
Jeff
mean?
Teague,
Pat
but-
Beverly is man. His podcast is hilarious. You know what I mean? Like so. Like I feel like the big guys, maybe they're just so media trained because they talk so much that, you know, they're not really giving us anything to bite off of. But like you know, that's just why like LeBron is a great face. Like, you know, obviously, like I'm not a huge LeBron fan, but like LeBron is he's entertaining. Like even in his most annoying ways, he's entertaining. He says things that are you're gonna look up stuff after. You're gonna, you know, as a soundbite that can be used as a segment on the next episode of First Take or whatever. You know what I mean? He's an interesting guy. He knows how to talk. He's unlike Kawhi Leonard, who can never give you a good soundbite. You know,
Podcast P
and
is
like
a good podcaster.
what?
Podcast P is a good podcaster.
He's great. He's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
He's never really been at the limelight where people have interviewed him consistently. You know what I mean? He's like
Also, he was like hidden in Indiana.
he was
like
hidden
small
in
market.
Indiana, small
Yeah.
market, and then as soon as he went to any other team, he wasn't the best player on the team. So he
He
was
was
kinda
kinda
like
like-
he wants to be.
He was kind of like the best player in the team, but he didn't mind being the number 2.
Which team?
Who was on his
OKC?
team? OKC. Russ.
Russ was the best player on the team, even though he had his best career that year because Russ was diming him. Russ had like
PG-13 was better than Russ.
no. Russ was. No, this is MVP Russ, bro. What are you talking about? Like Russ
I don't know, man.
Russ is a fucking MVP and was in the MVP ranks every single year. Paul George has never been top 5.
PG-13 has
stop. Like, there's no way.
PG-13 has no weaknesses.
The thing about PG-13, this is he might be one of the most overrated players.
Stop,
ever.
man. Stop,
No.
stop,
This
stop,
is not hot
stop.
take. This is not hot
Stop,
take.
stop.
PG is nice.
Nah,
PG is nice.
He's underrated.
Stop it.
He's underrated.
He
The guy has no weaknesses. None.
okay, but he's also not superior at anything. So like
He's superior in everything.
no,
He's good at
not.
everything.
He's
He's one of
good
the most
at everything.
complete
He's
basketball
not superior at
players.
anything. I agree with that. But at the same time, like, dog, what does it translate to? Dude does not win.
You love two-way guys. He plays both sides of the floor.
I-
Three-level scorer. Great passer.
I agree. I'm not
Great
saying
shot
I'm
creation.
not saying he's bad. I'm saying that he's kind of like a Kyrie, where his game is so smooth and so mesmerizing. People love the way he plays. He's off the bounce, catch and shoot. He's just smooth.
But that doesn't
game.
mean you're not high impact at the same time.
No, he's good. He's a great player. But I think often people think he's a lot better than he is. He's good. He's a solid guy. He's a number 2.
You even said
Okay, so who? Okay. Let me. People at his level. Klay Thompson peak. Who's better
PG-13.
than Klay Thompson at his peak?
Yes.
You're bugging, bro.
Yes.
You're bugging.
He's
Stop
better.
it.
He's better.
Stop it.
He's
Klay was a better defender,
Nah.
first of all, and he's a
PG-13
much
was better.
You're
Clay is,
bugging, bro.
Clay is more accomplished because of the situation he was in.
Clay's a better player, bro.
No, he's not.
He was a better player.
Clay is not a better
Peak
basketball player.
Klay?
No, he's not a better basketball player than PG-13.
Oh Lord, my goodness.
Better shooter.
No, he's a better player. He's a better player. You know, like I mean, PG probably.
Who's a better all-around basketball player?
all-around basketball player? Maybe PG because he can dribble better. He's got more length, but
He was a better defender, by the way.
no, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Dog, here, like his PG. I'm not saying PG is a bad defender. He's a good.
Do you
defender.
remember PG in
He's a good
Indiana?
no. He's a good defender, but he's a good statistic defender. Where you look at the
No,
stats,
he's
you're like,
just
oh, his defensive numbers are really great. He's also a dude that you've watched him with your own eyes get cooked. Like bro,
Everybody gets cooked in the NBA.
everybody gets cooked, but he gets cooked, bro. Bro, Luka absolutely destroys this. Like Luka
destroys everybody.
I understand, but Luka destroys this dude easily. Easily,
By
bro.
the way, Luka
James Harden was destroying. I'm not saying PG is not a good defender.
By the
I
way-
think he's a tactical defender. He's a type of guy that's like, I'm gonna get cooked, but I'm gonna give you your weaknesses. You know what I mean? I'm going to push you towards your weakness. That's like. But when you watch it from face value, like, okay, Shane Battier. People always talk about Shane Battier.
We're going to go to Shane Battier
and
now.
Kobe's defense, right? Shane Battier was a tactical defender. He just played the numbers. He was just like, oh, wow, you had 40, but you had to shoot 26 shots, and, you know,
what was he looking at? What was he looking at? He was looking at his Apple Watch.
He was looking at his Apple Watch. That's Shane Battier is the type of dude who would play with Apple Watch.
He is. We know guys from our gym that play with AirPods, so who knows what they're doing these days.
Oh, that's the wildest shit, bro.
That's disrespectful.
That's disrespectful.
You have to cook somebody if they come on the court with their AirPods.
Dog, I saw this one dude that was a fucking black hole, bro. This motherfucker shot every shot, and he had AirPods in. You couldn't tell. It
fits the bill.
Yo, you know it's funny. This is fucked up. I shouldn't say this, but I gotta say it. So I'm from Massachusetts. One of the best players ever to come from Massachusetts. I don't know if you know who this is. His name is Dwight Brewington, right? Dwight played at Providence, right? He was fucking nasty. Dwight happened to be deaf, right? He wore hearing aids, right? This motherfucker was the biggest ball hog I've ever played with. But I love Dwight. You know, shout out to Dwight if you see this, right? But this motherfucker never passed, and he would turn his shit off, bro. He would turn it off in the game, bro. Yo, nigga, Dwight, right here, I'm open. But no, Dwight's my dude, bro. But this motherfucker would put it up. He was NBA bound. He was supposed to go to the NBA, and still to this day, nobody knows. But he was a freshman. I think he was like freshman of the what's the Providence their league? Their
Patriot.
I think it's Patriot. He was freshman of the year.
Okay.
So I mean, he was NBA bound, and then out of nowhere, ESPN just had a story saying Dwight Brewington will not be part of the Friars next season, and he was off the team. So I don't know what happened. No one really knows.
From Boston, Mass.
He's from Lynn, Mass, but basically Boston.
Good segue. I want to hear about the Hoopers from Mass, and I want to hear your thoughts on who are the best Hoopers ever. In my opinion, of course, it's New York City. We could go through all the names.
Who?
Come on, bro.
Who?
Nate Tiny Archibald, Kenny Anderson, Lamar Odom, Ron Artest, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Andrew Combo Salop. Nah, come on, man. We got the best
State
Hoopers.
has the best Hoopers? Is that what you're asking me?
I mean, Cali's going to be up there if we go state, but if we go city, it's New York.
Or what cities have the best Hoopers?
Yeah.
It's not New York.
You're crazy.
Well,
you want me to keep?
If you go city,
you
it
want me
has
to
be New York because it just has the most people.
So you just said no, you wanted to hate, and then you gave some. Then you gave some reason why.
New York.
Okay,
Technically,
so
yes,
there we go. We're in agreement. We can stop the episode now. No, but I do think the most underrated Hoopers come
we
from.
gotta go by state because, cities are only so big. New York is
Chicago's a big city. LA's a big city.
I understand, but it's
bro,
just
we
not
just
fair.
come from basketball culture.
No,
it is what it is.
It's just not fair. New York has
It's not
more
fair.
People. New York City has more people than
You know what a
15
wise man
states
once told me?
Combined.
Life isn't fair, my guy. New York has the best Hoopers.
They don't.
And we agree.
New York hasn't. When's
You
the
just
last
said
good
that.
Hooper?
You just said that we had the best Hooper. First of all, can I talk? First of all, you said we didn't have the best Hoopers. Then you said we had the best Hoopers because it's the biggest city. Now, again, you're saying we don't have the best Hoopers.
I'm saying.
Come on, man. Get it together. You're zigzagging. You're flip-flopping.
You're right. Technically, you guys have developed the best Hoopers because just from a numbers standpoint, you have more people. There's 12 million people in this city.
But it also is the basketball culture that we come from, that we created.
Okay, so why aren't they good basketball players currently coming from New York? Why remember when every fucking dope point guard, nasty point guard came from New York?
Actually,
what happened to that?
High school.
What happened to Omar Cook? What happened?
I think I seen him on the back of the Cavs bench, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think he's coaching now. But anyway,
Wow, really?
I think so.
Oh, well,
yeah.
then
He played 20 years overseas, by the way.
Yeah. He was
had a good
supposed to be
career.
nasty. I watched
But,
him.
what I was saying was, go ahead, keep talking. Now I forgot my thoughts.
Yeah. Bro, I mean, yes, you guys have the most people, so yes, you're gonna have the best chance of having the most.
But we
basketball
curated the
players.
vibes, though. We created this. Like, you could have a big city where nobody hoops. Like, that could happen. Like, we have a basketball court on every corner, bro.
Okay, but so what? Bro, the thing.
So
about
let's talk about who's in contention. Like, outside of New York
Cities?
City, I think let's count.
There's only really two people that can compete with. I mean, that's 2-3 cities that can compete just because of size.
I think DMV area is very underrated.
That's not a city. You know, because that's what I'm saying. You can't compare to anywhere else. It's not a city.
yeah.
DMV is 3 states, fam.
Yeah, but the area is
still
not
3
it's
states.
not all of Virginia. Like
It's still okay. Consider DMV. You go deep into you go deep into Maryland. You got the PG County area. Then you go to Virginia. Like this, it's like DMV is
all right,
3
so
states.
when
fam.
we're rating like
That-
Chicago,
you can say New England.
Chicago, DMV area, New York. What you want to compare New York to a whole state in Cali? Then like Cali, I guess got a chance, right?
Yeah, you got you got to compare numbers. You know,
I know
what mean?
Boston, Mass ain't on this list. That's what I know.
You absolutely right. you absolutely right. I mean, dog. The thing about Mass really got hoopers. We just don't have athletes. Like we got hoopers though. Like Mass, I consider Mass New England area.
Florida got the
Cooper Flag's from New England, so he's from Portland, Maine.
Shouts to Cooper.
Right?
Shouts to
But
Cooper.
we got hoop. Like you go. Like I promise you. Like some of the best teams, like the best teams in the country with the best players will play some Massachusetts high school teams and will lose to them. Just
Guys
because
are good at,
they play fucking fundamental basketball, bro.
Boston, Massachusetts is good in ice hockey and lacrosse. That's
yeah.
your claim to fame.
Yeah, I mean, dog, there's hoopers there. Believe me, there's players.
But there's more
no
lacrosse.
athletes. There's
Lacrosse.
no athletes. There's no
Lacrosse-
height either.
Lacrosse and ice hockey's the
My
shit.
fucking
there.
my high school center was 6'4",
That's crazy.
with no bounce.
So you were taller than your center. You look crazy.
No bounce. Like
Who you got, though? Who you
getting
got?
hype on clapping back.
Who you got? Best state?
Best state?
New York.
No. Best state?
Then we could add Julius Irving if we had states.
Probably
Long
Texas.
Island
Probably Texas.
over Cali. Look at the
It's
clip.
close,
Yo,
bro.
look at the
It's
clip.
close.
Look at the Clippers alone. Those 4 guys are from Cali.
Yeah, I mean, it's close. Cali definitely got hoopers too, bro. Man, Texas got hoopers though. Man, I don't know. It's hard, bro. It's hard. Like Cali probably is up there. Yeah, I don't. New York was up there, but New York's hasn't been producing talent, bro. What's going on? What is
I heard
going
high
on
school.
with-
I heard high school is good now. So maybe we'll see it within the next few years.
But I mean,
I'm not
I'm sure New York always got hoopers
here's
in
what
high
happened,
school,
bro.
Why are they not getting the NBA?
Here's what
What's
happened.
going on, bro?
They are getting to the NBA,
Well,
but they
like-
go away for prep school and they're not known to be from New York.
Yeah, I mean that like, but even then, they still talk about people like y'all got Obi Toppin. That's your claim to fame right now.
Nah, come
Who
on.
else? Who else?
I mean,
man?
Obi's actually good though. He's playing well. He's on
he's playing decent.
the
for
best
Pacers.
offense in the NBA
and
right
also worst defense. Don't forget that.
now. Facts. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I just had an episode about this.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness, man, they are Olay, bro.
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton, shout out, but man, that dude is. I mean, no defense, but like.
He's actually pretty instinctual on defense. He's not like a lockup defender, but he could play. Like he was always good on defense in terms of awareness. Like
Yeah, well, I just don't like the non-pride thing on defense. Like this, it frustrates me. You know, like
so you're frustrated with Pacers basketball?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like they're currently trending to have the highest rated offense in the history of NBA.
That's going to be like that every year. That's how the game goes now.
I understand.
Yeah.
But they right now they are the highest ever,
I know.
and they're in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, I mean their defense is horrendous.
I understand. So
Yeah.
if you play I just want to. I get it. We're at the most athletic, most talented ever in the history of the NBA, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to try. And I just think that so many people aren't trying. Like LaMelo Ball is playing the best basketball of his life, and this dude just doesn't try on defense, and it's like frustrating.
He's actually hurt himself recently, unfortunately. Yeah.
You know, Trey Young, I watch him, and
But he don't have the tools to be a good defender.
it doesn't. What the tool? Defense is mental, brother. Trey is one of the quickest players in the fucking game, dog.
It's a lot of it is definitely mentality.
No,
I
no, no.
agree.
I think
but Trey will
95%
never
of it-
have value in help side. Like he's just too small, no matter what.
Why can't he take a charge?
Come on, man.
Why?
He's gonna take. He's their go-to offensive player. He's gonna take 10 charges a game.
Chris Paul did.
He's gonna hurt himself out there, man.
See, I can't not think
Trey
about.
will hurt himself. He's a little guy.
Dog, I can't. If you're gonna play basketball to not hurt yourself,
All right,
then
defense,
you
man.
cannot. You can't.
Can I ask you a question,
You
defense,
can-
man?
If your mentality to play the game is to avoid getting hurt, then you have already lost, bro.
Kobe Ash, can I ask you a question? Let me ask you this question, seriously. And you know the answer to it because the Kings are great now. Denver just won a championship. We've seen the Warriors, even though their defense has been great. Would you rather elite offense with good enough defense or elite defense with good enough offense?
I mean, my whole life I would have said defense.
Then you'd be wrong.
Yeah, my whole life I would have said that. But statistically, right, because I actually just heard this, it's the first time ever that statistically in the NBA, it is you have a better chance of having an elite offense and a mediocre or subpar, like decent defense, and that leads to winning way more now than in the past. But prior to I think 4 or 5 years ago, championship teams generally had an elite defense and a middle of the pack offense. And that was the strategy, but it's changed now. It's an offensive-minded game. Statistically, I don't know, second spectrum or whatever. They said something about it. So like a team like Denver, perfect example, had
good enough defense.
Good enough defense. That's the recipe currently in the NBA for success. I think it's going to change. I think it's the thing about the league is a copycat league. Right?
100%.
So people see the trends.
I mean, Denver
and
and Kings are products of what the Warriors have done.
Yeah,
like player movement, ball movement,
absolutely.
read and react.
I mean, so is Orlando's success is coming from that. Like, dog, these guys
decentralized offense.
Yeah, these guys are like just cutting like crazy. Movement like crazy, playing super hard, and they have a legitimate defense. Like from a number standpoint, their defense is not fluke right now. It's legit defensive number. They're a good defensive team. So and they just have that length. Like that is what the NBA is going towards. Like the reason the Bulls dominated is because of the length of Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen and the wings. And that is where the NBA is going towards again, right? Having long, athletic, multi-tooled players like Tony Kukoc, Rodman, cover a guard, cover a big man type player.
Ron Harper.
That is where the league is going, and it's going back to that. So like that's why the Warriors have no chance, but like a team like Orlando, I remember thinking, Orlando, these guys are drafting the same player every fucking year. And now it's working out to their benefit. They got these super long 6'9", 6'10", Jonathan Isaac,
Wendell Carter Jr., Paulo Franz.
It's just like all
Bobo
these,
didn't last, but you get it.
But like, he's super long. They got both of the Wagners,
The difference between
Wagners.
The difference between offense now and offense in like that, Jordan or even Kobe era is that it's more decentralized now. Like it's not like you're point guard and then we're getting it to Jordan. He's going to go in ISO. Like ISO basketball just doesn't work in the same way as it did before, and it really benefits teams that have decentralized offense where offense could come from everywhere and everything's free flowing and read and react. Like we see that with Denver. We see that with the Kings. We see that with Orlando. Like you don't even need a traditional point guard anymore. And I think that's the way basketball is improving, in my opinion. I kind of like that better, more free-flowing offense.
I do too. It's the way the game should be played. It's like the thing about it is like if you are working on a project with somebody, right, and there's two main dudes in the project and they're eating most of the money and everybody is working for like scraps at the bottom, something's gonna fall at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to work with a bunch of people and everybody's eating, seems like everybody's like there's some people who are standouts, but they're not. It's more of they're not so far from the guy on the bottom of the totem pole, because that person is just as valuable as this person up here. And I think that's where a lot of teams are where teams are going towards. And I think that like the Pacers are an example of that. The Kings are an example of that. Right now the Houston Rockets are, the Orlando Magic, and
we're seeing
all
it with
these teams that are
we're seeing it with
top-heavy,
the point centers. Like they could play, all
these teams that are top heavy, like are realizing, wow, this is not the wave anymore. Like the Clippers look awful. Like I'd be shocked if they
have those isocentric guys.
They make the playoffs.
Yeah, they have those isocentric guys.
And the crazy thing is that they have a ton of talent around them. Like they got Terrence Mann, they got
Zoo.
Zubac playing his
Tice
best
is
basketball.
solid. Tice is solid. Yeah.
Yeah, they got who else? They have
Bones Highland.
Bones Highland. Like they
Yeah.
got talented players, but these guys can't get their shit off because they each one of their top guys has to at least get 25 touches.
Yeah.
You know, that's tough, man. I could never.
It's just
I don't-
easier to guard when you could lock in on defense and everybody's looking at one guy, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's a lot harder to guard free flowing player movement, ball movement. We could initiate offense from every position. Like that's the kind of basketball I like, and it's great to see Ash. Another great episode of He's With Us. Punch down on that subscribe button wherever you're listening to this show. Punch down on that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Ash loves the way I do these outros. I'm a trained professional. This is what I do. Ash, do you have anything else to say?
Nah, this is you do the outros. That's you.
I am him when it comes to outros
Exactly.
and intros.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We're
We
here.
out.
Later.